Hey, it's Ryan Dins, and I just want to take this time to talk about how you can actually save money to invest in dividend stocks. That is where a lot of people find a hard time because if you're trading, if you're like a trader, some of these people's their goal is to take a little bit of money and turn it into a lot of money. So say you had $1,000 and if you wanted to take a risky strategy to turn that $1,000 into like a lot of wealth, you'd have to take very risky decisions. But with dividend income, it's not a crazy amount of money. You have to constantly add money or start with a lot to grow a big portfolio. You can't just throw in $20 a month and expect to get anywhere. It's not a get rich quick thing. You have to constantly put extra money in it. So you might say to yourself, well, how do I do that? It's very hard to get money enough. And in my honest opinion, there's two ways. One is obvious, it's increase your income. And the other is you have to cut spending. And I'm not gonna talk too much about increasing your income, but I'll say a few tips. They're very obvious, like get a better job, try to learn a skill. I was making very low pay for most of my life, and there was just no way for me to put a massive amount into it. And so what I did was I learned affiliate marketing and I learned marketing, and now I have a good career that pays more. So I essentially doubled my income from what it used to be. So now when I take a good amount of my money and put it in dividend stocks, it's something I wouldn't have been able to do in the past. Another way is, start a side hustle. There's lots of ways to do that. You could start an online business, you could sell your services, you could get a side job, you could do Uber. There's lots of ways to increase your income. And the other way is to be more frugal. And a lot of ways I did that. For example, I quit drinking because it was costing me a lot of money and getting me in trouble, but we won't talk about that. So I stopped drinking, and that helped clear up a lot of money. I don't buy much clothing anymore. Luckily, I have lots of awesome clothing for when I was stupid with money, so I don't really need it. I don't eat out as much. I learned to cook. And these little things, they do add up. I would say that I save $500 a month just doing less like annoying things like going and getting takeout all the time. So if you were able to save $500 a month from wasteful spending, there you go. That's $125 a week put into your dividend portfolio. So you have to really think, like, do I need these things? Are all of these things essential to me? And if they're not, maybe cut some of them out. Like, do you need a huge, nice apartment? Do you need a really nice car? You don't really need these things. So, you can cut these things out of your life and save a lot of money. I'm not saying to be cheap and not enjoy your life. Just a little bit of the less stupid things. Like if you see a soda at a soda machine that's $3.50, you have to say to yourself, okay, that soda should be $2, $1.50 even. Why would I spend $3.50 on that unless you really want it? Cut out your morning $5 coffee. There's certain things, they add up after a while. And then you might say to yourself, how much should I put in? I personally I would say around 25% of my take-home pay is being invested. Now, I would love to do 50%, but I got bills to pay. So the more money that I make and the more my income increases, my lifestyle is not going to go up in quality. I'm just going to put more money away. If you're following my strategy, I start with $100, and then the next week, $105 deposit, next week, $110 deposit, next week, $120, and I'm going to continue to go up because I know that my income is going to increase through time. So then I'll be able to afford the slightly more, and I'm doing it gradually. Because, you could say right now, like, Ryan, why don't you put all of your money, put 50% of your income in it, and, you might be able to put thousands away a month. I don't want to put all my income in it because I don't want to be struggling. I'm not being cheap and cutting out essential things. Because what you don't want to do is you don't want to cut out all the things you enjoy just to save money. Because then you're saving money for, you know, a time that may never come. Like, yes, save for your future, but if you're not enjoying your life now because you want to have a good life when you're 50, you're going to miss the best years of your life. So you have to enjoy your life. Just be frugal about it. Don't be stupid about it. You don't need a huge TV. If you go to a, you know, when COVID ends, you want to go to a football game, you don't need the $250 seats. You can still see it from the nosebleeds. You get $50 tickets on StubHub if your team stinks. You know, just do smart things. Everything I do is smart. Like, if you look at my Instagram, ryan.dins, you would notice that I live an extravagant life. But I don't, everything's frugal. Like, I went to Europe and I stayed in Eastern Europe. I was staying in a beautiful hotel for like $30 a night because other countries are cheaper. You know, I don't want to get too into it, but if you can be a nomad, you should probably get out of America, particularly if you're in a major city, because you could be somewhere where a meal costs $2 instead of where a meal costs $20. How much more could you save? That's just another idea on how to save money. Don't live in the most expensive city ever unless you have to. You know, there's a lot of ways to save money, and the more that you do these things, the more that you're going to be able to put away in dividends. And then a few years down the line, you're going to have serious dividend payments. It's, you know, if you put away all your money, it's very possible that in 3 to 5 years, every day you're alive, you could be making $50 a day just in dividends. That's like short term. I mean, long term, the way I'm looking at it is my ultimate goal, if you wonder why I'm doing this, eventually I want to have $1 million in a dividend portfolio. And if you're getting 70%, that's $70,000 a year. Live on an island. Say you were living on an island that costs $1,000 a month to live. And every day you were getting an average of $100 a day in dividend income. You'd be making $3,000 in passive income. So you would be living for free and getting $2,000 richer per month. I know people who currently are doing that. So that is my goal. I'm going to be retired by 45 years old because I'm doing this. And, you know, the risky traders, 10% of you are going to win and get rich. The people who are trading options, doing aggressive strategies, doing risky, 90% of you are going to lose your money. So I'm taking the safe long-term route instead of the risky, let's make tons of money now strategy, because let's face it, most people are not going to be amazing traders. But what my strategy, by putting money in, you know, passive income dividend stocks, you don't have to be smart. You just have to, the one thing you have to do is put a lot of money into your whatever brokerage and continue buying these dividend stocks. But that's why, like, you know, you got to put a good amount of money in it. If you think that you can put $50 a month away, it's going to take you forever to have, you know, even $20 a day in dividend payments. It's going to take you so long. You might be retired by then. So I highly recommend you put as much money away as possible. And the only way to put away as much money as possible is to be smarter with your money or increase your income. Both can be done. I'm doing both at the same time. I am increasing my income while lowering my standard of life. That is how you do it. And that is how you get rich. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, and see you next time.